Well, she braved the unknown to teach us about humankind's closest living relatives, chimpanzees. Talking, of course, about Dr. Jane Goodall.
And right now, the Durham Museum is celebrating the English scientist. Joining us now is Anna Rathman, the executive director of the Jane Goodall Institute here in the U.S. And Anna, you joined us all the way from D.C.
I did. I'm so happy to be here.
We're so happy to have you.
Thank you.
So what can visitors expect with this exhibit?
This exhibit is an amazing representation of someone's life, and someone who has led a curious life, someone who didn't let any obstacles get in the way of living their dreams, and somebody who is seeking to inspire audiences around the world to make positive impacts in the world. So it's amazing. There are some wonderful artifacts from Dr. Jane Goodall's life, including her very precious stuffed animal named Jubilee. It's a stuffed chimpanzee that was given to her when she was 1. So some very special things.
And that's at this exhibit?
It is, at the Durham.
Are there any other things from her early childhood that people can see?
Oh my gosh, well there's all sorts of wonderful photos from her early childhood. It's in partnership with National Geographic, so there's some really beautiful photography in it as well.
So what are you hoping people learn from this? I mean, what do you want the takeaway to be?
The takeaway would be to be inspired by someone who had an audacious dream, someone who was curious about the world, and someone who didn't let what were at that time boundaries stop them from fulfilling that dream.
And how do you feel like the Jane Goodall Institute encourages people to make that positive impact in the world?
About 30 years ago, Jane started a program called Roots and Shoots with young people in Tanzania. That program goes on now in about 70 countries around the world, and it encourages young people to make positive impacts in their communities through projects involving people, other animals, and the planet.
So I understand she's 90, but she's not retired, right?
Oh my goodness, so those are not words. That
she's retired. So what's it like? I mean, working with a living legend.
Yeah, Jane is extraordinary. We always say that we chase after her. She has an amazing amount of energy. She maintains that childlike curiosity and engagement. It's absolutely a pleasure and an honor to both learn from her, but to watch her and to see how she continues to inspire all of us with a message of hope.
Such a fascinating woman. Anna Rathman with the Jane Goodall Institute. Thank you so much again for joining us, Anna.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.